All right, guys, so welcome back to Fishmas. So today I got an ugly Christmas sweater and a reindeer hat on, which, let's be honest, it does look ridiculous. But what I'm gonna be doing today is throwing streamers for big brown trout. It rained last night and into this morning, and it still is probably gonna rain some on and off throughout the day today. Everything is kind of in my favor, with the exception of the time of the year is a little weird. And I would assume the water temperature is probably a little bit on the cold side. But I'm gonna give it my best shot anyways, because this time of the year, it's post-spawn here in this area, and the fish should theoretically have kind of pushed back off of the area where they spawn, and they should be feeding heavily now. The browns should be. Yeah, it should be a fun fishing trip. If I can catch some big fish today, it'll be a top tier way to kind of end out my year fishing here. So yeah, let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. All right, guys, so I'm gonna switch streamers. I had on this olive circus peanut, and it was kind like I just didn't see any fish. I probably fished for 30 minutes or so and haven't seen anything. So I'm gonna switch to a slightly bigger streamer, one that moves a little bit more water, and also darken the color because it is pretty dark outside right now. And although I've done well on olive before, and the water's not super dirty, maybe just because it's so dark out and it's kind of spitting rain here and there, maybe like a black streamer will do the trick. So I am going to see if that's the case. A lot of times when I'm streamer fishing, I switch streamers quite often, especially if I'm not moving fish. You just never know what they're keyed in on or what they want necessarily. So I'm gonna try this black sex dungeon. If that doesn't work, then I'll probably go to something that is a little bit lighter. So I'm gonna try, I kind of tried a neutral color, didn't really move any fish. And then I'm gonna try a dark color. See if that moves fish. If it doesn't, then I'll go to a light color, and I'll probably keep rotating that, especially if I fish through like water that I think is pretty good. I'm gonna keep rotating it until I catch one of these fish. At least that's the plan. Yeah. Wasn't a bad fish either. It's a 20 incher. All right, guys, I just moved my first brown of the day. Probably 20 inches or so. It's weird because he didn't fully commit, but he was there. It's good to know though. He's probably just at around 20. Looked like he was pretty orange. Just barely saw it though, like it was a very slow follow. For whatever reason. Wasn't like a crazy size fish, thank goodness. Not like I feel bad that he didn't commit. I'm just glad I saw one. I was literally just thinking like, gosh, I hope I can at least move a fish in here. I'm gonna fish this hard because I've seen many fish in the head of this hole. If I don't see one in here, or if I don't like legitimately move one, obviously I moved a fish there, but it was like the slowest like follow of all time. So if I don't like have one actually wail on this in this hole, there's a high probability that you see me switch flies totally. Got him. No! I just missed one. Oh, it wasn't a huge one. He's maybe 18 inches or so. Dang, dude. So the fish will bite. He swirled on it, missed it, and then came back for it. If I hadn't been working it up to my feet, I probably would have had a good chance at him. One is super big fish though. That one was smaller than that one I moved there. Okay, okay, at least they're in here. Oh, he's still on it. Oh my gosh, dude. Nice freaking brown trout. Oh, and it followed it all the way out. I thought he was gonna eat it, man. Dang it. Dang, dude. Oh. Do I switch flies real quick? I'm gonna switch flies. Give that fish a second to sit down and switch flies. Something small and natural. See if he eats that. That's a 20-inch round. They're close to it. Try something smaller, a little bit like a lighter natural color. See if they react to that at all. Ah, dude, you got my heart freaking pounding, man. It's the third fish in relatively quick succession that I've seen in this area. I don't know if this will work or not, but I know where that fish is sitting, and he looks like he would be catchable, maybe. The way he followed it and nipped at the tail makes me think he'd eat something. So I'm gonna just downsize a little bit, see if I can get him to fully commit to something. All right, see if this thing works and get it wet real quick. This is probably closer to more of the size that these fish, flies that these fish are probably eating. It's much smaller. We'll see if he reacts to this at all. Oh, let me get this correct. All right, let's see if he reacts to this streamer. Hopefully he just comes out and smashes it. I've got line all around me and everything else. All right, now we're ready. Didn't see him, but he could have gotten spooked from my last cast in there too. All right, I guess I'm going back to that black streamer. It's the only fish that, it moved that fish. It actually moved 3 fish. So I'm just gonna stick with the black streamer for a little bit, because clearly it's working. If something's working, don't question it, man. Do not question why, just keep using it. Got him! Got him! Yes! Come on, dude. Stay hooked for me. No, 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 no. Fudge, dude. I knew once they get in that stupid stuff, man, they start doing that alligator roll. I don't know if I should put less pressure on them or what I should do, man, but like, man, that kills me every time. Oh. Gosh, dude. That's like a 20-inch brown. The problem is not that it wasn't a 20-inch brown. That was like, it's like, it was just small enough that I could move it pretty easily with this rod. Which is big enough that I really wish I caught him. I thought for sure I was gonna have that fish. I just couldn't get him in the net because it's too shallow. And I couldn't get the stinking, I couldn't make the streamer go underneath the freaking, I couldn't get the net underneath the stinking fish. Gosh, that stings, man. That stings bad. It's just frustrating. As I said, it wasn't like such a big fish that I'm gonna cry about it for days on end, but I wish I'd caught him still. Oh, it's all right, stay positive. Let's go up here and catch a fish up here. Good news is it ate, I hooked it. Gives me confidence in the streamer, you know, the whole 9. So, just relax and have some fun. Got him! Big fish. Big fish. Come on, dude, don't pull me. Be nice to me, dude. I don't think he's totally ready, but I'm just gonna hopefully he's just gonna be nice to me. I'm just gonna, no! Why'd you do that, dude? I'm gonna lose 2 fish in a row if I don't watch out. Yes, baby! Not losing 2 fish in a row. Oh my gosh, that's a good fish too, dude. Oh, he ate, he followed it so far before he ate. Oh, that's such a good brown. Thank you, Lord. You're gonna bless another fishing trip. That's awesome, man. I started fishing this morning, guys, at, it's 1 o'clock, 12:59 here. I started fishing this morning at, I don't know, 9:30-ish. So 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. 3.5 hours of fishing, 1 lost fish, a couple other follows, and finally got a good brown out of it. Let's go, man. I'll be honest with you guys, I caught that fish at 1 p.m. and then I didn't catch anything else the rest of the day. In fact, I think I only moved 1 other fish, but that's streamer fishing. I've said this 100 times before, but it's just not a numbers game. I'm just glad I was able to land one of the bigger fish I hooked. This is the type of video that probably would have been deleted if it weren't for Fishmas, just because it wasn't a great day of fishing. Having said that, I think showing the struggle of day-to-day fishing is important for everybody to see, because catching big fish isn't easy. I'll fish for days and days at a time sometimes without anything super impressive happening. So I genuinely hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to support the channel, check out hardmanfishing.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again on Thursday.